This happened to me when I was 16, and I don't really talk about it because even now it sounds like I'm exaggerating parts of it. But I remember the exact night because my parents were out at my aunt's place for her birthday, and I stayed back since I had school the next day, and my younger brother had gone with them, so it was just me in the house. And I'd done this before, so it wasn't a big deal. I ordered food, locked the doors, and was just in my room watching stuff, and sometime around a little past midnight, I heard something from downstairs that sounded like one of the kitchen drawers closing. Not loud, just that soft wooden slide, and I remember I paused what I was watching and just listened for a bit because it didn't make sense, and I thought maybe I left something open or something inside moved on its own. So I got up and opened my bedroom door, and the hallway light was off like I'd left it. Nothing looked wrong, and I stood there for a few seconds just listening, and it was quiet again. So I went back in and shut the door, and maybe 5 minutes later I heard it again, but this time it wasn't a drawer. It sounded like something lightly hitting the counter, like plastic or something being set down. And that's when it started to feel off, because it wasn't a random noise anymore. It was two separate things, and I remember picking up my phone and just holding it without doing anything yet, and I opened my door again and stepped into the hallway, and I could see down the stairs into the living room area, and everything looked normal. No lights on, nothing moving, and I told myself I was overthinking it, so I walked back in and shut the door again, and right after the latch clicked, I heard a very light step on the stairs. Like a single step, not creaking, like someone stepping carefully. And I didn't move for a second because I knew what that sound was, like I didn't need to check again, and I slowly locked my door. Even though I'd never done that before, and I stood there trying to decide if I should call my dad or just call the police. And while I was thinking, I heard another step, a little higher this time. And then it stopped, and that pause didn't feel like hesitation. It felt like they knew I heard them and just waited. And I remember backing away from the door slowly and keeping my eyes on the handle. And I texted my dad first because I didn't want to overreact. Just something like, "Are you guys home?" And he didn't reply. And then I heard a soft push on the door. Not enough to open it, just enough that the handle moved slightly, like someone testing it. And I called the police right then, and I was trying to keep my voice low while telling them someone was inside. And while I was on the call, the handle went down slowly and stopped because of the lock, and then it went back up. And there was a pause, and then a knock. Not loud, just 2 taps. And it didn't sound like someone trying to get in. It sounded like they were checking if I was right there on the other side, and I didn't say anything. I just stayed on the call and backed further into the room, and after that, I heard a small shift right outside the door. like they moved a little to the side, and then the floor creaked slightly off to the side. Like they stepped away from the door, but didn't go far, and I thought maybe they were going back down, and I remember the operator telling me to stay where I was, and I just stood there staring at the door. And maybe 20 seconds later, I heard something from downstairs again, like a cupboard closing. And then the back door opening. And I didn't move until the police actually got there and knocked. And even then, I checked through the window before unlocking anything, and they went through the house and told me someone had definitely been inside. The kitchen drawers were open and stuff had been moved around, but nothing was taken. And that part is what stayed with me, because it didn't feel like someone came in to steal anything. It felt like they were just moving through the house while I was in it. And the one thing I keep thinking about is that they stopped on the stairs and waited instead of leaving, like they wanted to know where I was before doing anything else. And I still lock my door at night now, even when I know no one else is in the house.